were saying Taylor's Shifter Cruise podcast isn't as good as mine, so you don't want to do his podcast?
No, he never wanted to have me on, man. No, I've always kind of avoided him. I'm not much of a podcaster.
You just listen. I mean, you seem to consume everyone's.
Tidbits, man. I mean, I just didn't know if I wanted to be on there. What you do and say can be held against you.
You got that Gen X mentality. You know, like you guys are worried. You probably like blot out your license plates and all the pictures and stuff too. Like people are just looking for it.
I am worried about some of that stuff. I used to post a lot of videos of me hauling ass, and I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I do remember that. You make those little videos of like just with the speed and everything on the.
Now I'm like, yeah, too many guys are getting arrested. You know.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, if you're doing stuff like that, but I don't know. I do understand the whole thing of getting on here and saying stuff, and then it kind of coming back to haunt you. But that's also like the.
I kind of lead two different lives, man.
Yeah.
I got a regular life, and then this motorcycle stuff. I'm not a biker, man. I just play one on
the weekends.
Sometimes just Saturdays.
Oh,
sometimes Saturdays and Sundays.
If the wife lets you.
No, she's cool, man. She's super cool with everything. It's just work stuff, grandpa stuff.
Yeah. We're like being out in you're El Paso born and raised, right?
Yeah.
And is like custom culture shit just like rampant out there as far as like the lowriders, the trucks, and all the different things? You got to give it a big jump.
Yeah, it's really big. I mean, I grew up with it all my life. I've been into lowriders, import cars, clubs, all that stuff.
What was your import car? What was your?
I always had trucks. I had a Nissan hard body, and I just fell into because I put a body kit on it, and so it was like you didn't fit in with the lowriders with spoke wheels. I look like the Honda Civics, right? With a body kit and all the shaved stuff. But
was the mini trucking big out there?
Not really. I mean, yes, it was. Mini trucking was big everywhere, but nobody really had any cool stuff. They maybe just had it just dropped, and that's it. You know, I had like French doors the tailgate welded shut and Frenched in, and a gay little wing Frenched in, and it was. We had a blast. I tried to get my buddy to come down here. He lives in DeSoto from El Paso. Because I kind of grew up in the rough part of town, and now he lives
in a rough part of Dallas.
And he just, in the snow and all that, I guess he got the flu or whatever. So I was like, come have a beer. Him and I, we had a good time in the ghetto in El Paso. This Mexican dude that is just, he came to. One time we were getting together, he was big in the lowrider scene. And him and his buddies that had all these chop top caddies, they want to know who the hell are these guys taking all our girls. The girls were kind of like, we're kind of done with the lowrider. There's these new imports coming in. They're making all this noise.
Yeah.
And their car's got air conditioner. And so he came to a party I had, and we just hit it off, and we're just like the unlikely. This guy is like completely tatted up. Looks like you'd be kind of grabbing your wallet when he comes, but he's super cool.
Is he still into lowrider stuff now?
No. Now he's a big family man. He's got kids. He's at baseball tournaments all the time.
Yeah.
But
I wonder what that kind of a tangent, but I wonder where that like line of letting go of like those things that you did in your young adulthoods, teenage years, like the car cultures, and saying I'm done with that.
Well, for me, what made me get done with it is I had just a 4-cylinder, but we were making our own parts. There was no ram air that you could buy off of the shelf for a Nissan hardbody. So that's how I got friends with a lot of muffler guys that we had to make our own, bend our own ram air
intakes and stuff.
Until there was this kid that got Acura came out with a Type R, brand new from the dealership, which mean it had like roll up windows and super fast And I'm like, I'm done. This kid, parents just bought him one, and that, I can't compete with this. But yeah,
that's kind of what got me out of it too, actually.
I used to race SCCA in my truck.
Oh, for real?
And I used to race. They would set up these slalom cones at like community college and some of the places, and I would be smoking these Porsches. 911. This guy would come out with these leather loafers, and here come this guy with this piece of shit up
with a wing on it.
And I would. I'd never seen it, but I'm putting sandbags in the back to keep the rear end down, and on the Nissan, you can lift it up off the ground, and it has torsion bars, and so you can with a ratchet you can lower it, and your bump stops are right on so there's no body roll. So I was just
kind of glued to the ground, kind of like a rigid. Yeah, that I was big into Nissan cars. So before I got into motorcycles, I was doing like the Nissan 240s and doing the motor swaps, and that's kind of thing for me is. I didn't really have any money, but I knew how to do it. So I would like work my way to get a motor and things like that for my own shit. And then literally this is like the time when, and I probably said it many times on the podcast, but like the Dodge Neon SRT came out. That was the Lancer from Mitsubishi. Because a lot of the cars that were like major powerhouse import cars like the Supra, the 300ZX, a lot of those cars when I was into it were kind of like they weren't making them anymore. You know what I mean? Because this was like
I was priced out of it. So like mine had Toyota Super Lights, the ones that you can imagine, whatever year that was with the 4 bulbs. So I had them Frenched in the back tailgate. It was just making it custom. I shaved off the windshield wipers, and of course everybody's like, "What are you doing? It rains, man. It rains like 3 days a year in El Paso." So. Yeah, it was a lot of that stuff was I don't think there was a lot of Subaru stuff because those cars were not cheap like a Nissan Sentra. Yeah,
100%. Nissan Sentras, all the LSV Tech, all the stuff in the Hondas was like huge here. And yeah, like it did it felt cool to like put all this effort to make this Nissan 240 have the Japanese motor with the turbo and be out there like kicking ass. But then, like I said, some young kid, his mom finances a Dodge Neon SRT4.
Yeah.
And they put a boost controller on it. It's just fucking sucking everybody up.
So I think this was the late 90s. And it was whenever the new V6 Mustangs came out.
Okay. That was like 96, I remember.
Okay.
The new body style off of the 5.0 or the Fox body.
And when I used to smoke everybody... And I had these hood pins on my car, right? Make it look real racy. And everybody would ask, well, what do you have under that thing? And I was like, it was just dirty. No, nothing. I'm not showing you. And so it built up this like, man, we think he's got a V8 in there. He's smoking these Mustangs. But there were those cheap V6 Mustangs. That anybody, could, because it was standard. And even without limited slip, I was doing these crazy burnouts. I think I went through 5 drive shafts in like 2 years because I didn't know anything about pinion angle at that time. We would just slam it, and nothing was
true.
But we had a good time, man. We had we had a blast. But I think you just get over it. Now that I got an old classic truck, I'm involved with these guys now that hopefully. It already seems like a lot of work. These C10 Carnales is what they're called. I already got me a plaque at the engraver in El Paso.
Nice.
So it should be
a lot of Sonic parking lot hangs coming.
Some of that. No, they're doing some real riding, and some of these guys got some. I'm not at their level. I mean, totally bagged out.
Oh yeah.
That's their. And what is nice is since I'm too busy with motorcycle stuff, I kind of enjoy that more. Is when I come out with my truck, everybody thinks it's new on the scene. And it's I've just been busy with motorcycle stuff.
You have the 65 style body?
63.
So the 63 had the wrapped window in the front, right?
Right. They call it a knee knocker.
Okay, Because 64, they went to the flat window in the front.
So I think just 62 and 63 had the wrap window. And I love it, but it just sits in the garage a lot. And right now it's in the shop. finally I broke down and got a 700 R4 automatic transmission. So hopefully I'll enjoy that V8 a little bit more.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I found out. So I've been having issues with my van. I thought it was I haven't told you this yet, Matt, but basically I've been having like this misfire. It's what it feels like, but everything on the ignition's new. Everything on the fuel, like
it's fuel injected.
It's the TBI fuel injected.
Oh wow!
So all that spraying the way it's supposed to be, and it's like an intermittent thing. It wasn't like anytime you hit the gas at any speed. It was like really specific to a speed and RPM range that you were in. Mm-hmm. And then my buddy Steve, Scuba Steve, was like, "Hey, well, have you like checked the torque converter or thought about that?" I was like, I had no idea that would have an issue for that, because I'm used to every time I've ever customized or worked on cars, it was always manual transmissions. I never had automatic stuff.
So that's the risk that I'm going through right now. And the guy was supposed to call me today. By Friday, he said to give me a full, because he was saying mine's carbureted, and I actually love it. It's tuned. I never have a problem. I don't start it for a month or two, and I just jump on the gas, dance on the gas pedal a little bit, and it starts right up. And he said, I can already tell we're going to have to relocate your throw or your because of the quadrajet I have or something. I don't know. I just like to drive them, man. I'm no mechanic.
It's a better place to be. We were kind of having that conversation earlier. The best place to be on all this stuff is the guy that can just afford it.
Hey, well, no, I've I waited a long time. I thought I got this screaming deal on this $300 700 R4. Come to find out, I mean, yeah, it was dirty, right? I got it from this guy's, and thankfully I was willing to rebuild it, because he's like, dude, this thing's been sitting in water, like on the side of somebody's house. Yeah. Like, damn, I thought I'd just throw it in.
Yeah, just be done with it.
So yeah, he's been saying then. Now the biggest thing is he's supposed to give me a price on there's some support under the transmission. And he's like, they have these tubular ones that are cheap. And he goes, I'm telling you, you don't want that, because then we got to find, I don't know, he's talking over my head. You got to mount the oil cooler or some kind of all this stuff. And I'm like, just figure it out, bro, and let me know.
Yeah. Basically what I found on my buddy Bruce told me, because he used to work on these things, he says, drive it to work and put it in, not overdrive, but put it in drive. Mm-hmm. And then just drive it to work. Like, he's like, you're going to be a little higher RPMs because it doesn't have that overdrive for the highway. So I did that. No issue. Like, no more, hiccups or whatever you want to call it. So now I know it's related to the back end, from the torque converter back. So that's the hardest part about like mechanics, right? Like, even when you are someone that works on this stuff, is just kind of like figuring out where the problem is. Yeah. And, the last thing you want to do is just throw money at it and be like, buy every sensor, buy every
Well, that's why I went to a guy so one of my good buddies in the C10 stuff, he's a mechanic, transmission specialist for the local dealer, but he's so behind, and I felt bad, like I'm not going to go with him. But he said, no, man, you'll be waiting months for me to do it. But he knows all the right combo numbers. I got a 327 where you want these gears, all that. And so this other guy comes highly recommended. So I'm excited to see same engine, but the way I had it geared was for highway. I want to be able to chirp the tires a little bit.
I just want the van I want to be able to put the chop in the back and drive it to California. Like, the whole goal has always been to LS swap it, and that still is kind of the goal, but there's just a lot of things that need to be fixed on that van, so I don't know if it's really worth putting in an LS swap into it versus just getting it sound and driving it. And then if I really want to build out a van, like, start fresh. Because the van looks cool, but as Matt can attest, like, it's got rust in a lot of the areas.
Does it get hot with the engine right below?
No, not really.
That's what I would be more worried about.
No, it doesn't get hot. And it has AC and heat, so it does a good job there. I don't know, man. That van is fun. Like, my wife likes it. We cruise it. I get nothing but thumbs up. Chicks 45 and older, fucking, they can't walk by it. Like, they love it, right? It's like
stabbing bad.
they love it. They
dreamed of getting abducted.
They have some kind of story that involves a van like that.
Really,
in their childhood. Yeah. So I mean, think about it. Like in the 80s, it felt like the van culture was so much bigger, or it was big, and then it got taken over by SUV culture. Like that was the thing to have, was a van. And then there was the partying in the van. Then you had like the practicality of like the minivan that, you know, would take people around and shit. And I remember my mom had an old Chevy van like this that was like more decked out, like you know, with the seats and everything. And I just have a cargo style one, you know. They solve a lot of problems. And then before the Sprinter van craze, like dudes, like I know a lot of rich dudes that used to deck out like old Chevy Astro vans and stuff that would have like the high roofs and be all decked out with like TVs and games.
When I went to go pick up the stuff that was painted from from Jeremy in Virginia, and I drove it back. Dude, that minivan I rented gets such good gas mileage. After 1,500 miles, I was like, I don't even need gas, but I need to stop.
Yeah.
That thing will just go forever. And it's so comfortable. It had arm on the thing. I mean, you could just drive this thing across the country. It was amazing.
Yeah, that's kind of they solve a lot of problems, you know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, back to the, you know, just talking about that, like evolving or maybe not evolving, but just kind of transferring from one culture of like custom things, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you think it's always in you that you need to have some kind of outlet like
that? Definitely. I've always, even before I was in the custom, before I knew a lot of you guys, I had, like Kyle will say from Forever Rad, man, whether it be eBay, you know, the cheap stuff started there, where I had every cheap thing you could put on eBay on there, but it was still customized, you know? I probably look like that guy that has that car. You can tell he customized it from AutoZone.
Yeah.
You know?
We are from El Paso.
Yeah.
So.
But
I'm just thinking about that Dave Chappelle skit where it was the what's the thing where like it's technically a form of racism now, today's standards, but it's like stereotypes.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I guess that's what I love. That's what I've had Ducatis, and you know, before when I just wanted to go fast, it was like, it's not as fun on a Ducati. That's just easy.
Yeah.
To me, what is fun is to do something that is not made for it, to make that go fast, or to race, to be able to race around a SCCA track on a Nissan hard body pickup truck.
Yeah.
You know, like a worker's truck.
Yeah.
A cheap worker's truck, and beating these Porsches, you know, or the 5.0 Mustangs, because there is a point where you have too much power for these tight corners.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and to me, that's what was fun. So I guess that's customization. You know, I mean, as far as I mean, I never thought I'd have a custom painted helmet.
Yeah.
I was like, what's the deal? And
well, did you ever, like, when you got out of the car stuff or away from the truck stuff, did you ever like do anything to your daily driver type stuff, or, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I've been into boats. I had a Dodge Ram truck with 24s and all the TVs in the headrest. I had all that stuff. And so, yeah, I've had custom painted daily drivers.
Oh, that's cool.
I had one of the first set in El Paso of 20-inch spoke wheels when I started my corporate job, and it was a Jeep Grand Cherokee that was beautiful, like the top of the line one, and it was like silver with this gold pearl stock, and I had all gold 20-inch spokes on there, and they had just come out, like, you know, so there was the Dub magazine and all that. Yeah. I only had them for a couple of months, and I sold them for way more than I paid for them. They were knockoffs, and it was they actually looked, I guess, classy, because it broke the stereotype. It looked really clean because the paint job, it matched.
Yeah.
But again, everybody was like,
when the 20s came out with the like Dayton style 20s, they were
knockoffs.
They looked good.
Yeah, it was clean. Yeah. It was a pain in the butt to clean them, but they were that was back before SUVs or trucks came with upgraded transmissions for big wheels.
You remember the first one to come with 20s was that Dodge.
I had that one.
What year was the Dodge? It was like a 02 or 3 or some shit. Because they were
I
one
got
of the most
all
stolen
of them.
vehicles.
I had all my Dodges. I got them here from Terrell, Texas. Really? There's a place called I don't know. We could say that. Apparently, the Randall No dealership in Dallas sells more Dodge products than anything. Nobody could touch their prices. They had these. I've never been to a car dealership where they're like, "Go ahead and have a seat. Somebody get with you." They literally sell in bulk, and I bought about 3 of them from them, and they're and that came with 20. So when I put 24s, it was no problem. But the old Jeep Cherokee, it might have been an 80s or 90s. It had like stock. It came with like this biscuit tuck, like leather. Like I never had a car that nice to this day. I got
those old Jeep, dude. They're so
it
nice.
had. I think it had 5 sunglass things. Like, dude, it was like over the top. But I got it because it had like. When I got it, it had like 90,000 miles. You know, that was the only way you could afford it. It was soup. But yeah, I blew the transmission because back then when you put those oversized wheels, it couldn't compensate for it. But
that might make sense as to why my 20s on my van are fucking up that transmission. I'm learning something on my own podcast. There we go.
They're not. It's not made for that.
That makes sense. The Dodge truck when that came out in like 02 or whatever, I was working at a Dodge dealership, like in the paint department. It's the only like paint job I ever had that was in like a production dealership type thing. And it was that we were literally fixing those Dodges every week because people were stealing them and taking the wheels. So there was always going to be like pried open door handles. So you're messing with the door, and then broken steering columns. You know what I'm saying? And then of course wheels. And it was crazy because like 20s had just kind of came out.
Yeah.
And so this truck had them on their factory, and they were just
they were chrome and they looked pretty.
They looked good. I mean, for the time, you weren't going to get nothing.
They were really bulky though. Nowadays they look.
Yeah, today's standards, whatever.
So I had 3 of those years. Like I would trade it in. I was like, it's a gas guzzler, and then I got a Dodge. What's the big SUV from Dodge? The
RT?
No,
not the RT.
The Durango.
Durango, yeah.
And that was even a bigger gas hog. And then so I get a truck again, and then I get a boat, and my truck was not 4-wheel drive. And the first time I jackknifed my truck, because at our lake, you go through the sand and put it in. And I got stuck, probably because I had those big old 24s. Yeah. And so then I get me a big old Nissan Armada, and that thing could pull. I used to pull RVs out of the lake, out of the sand.
Damn. Yeah, I remember they had the Armada. I don't think they still make those anymore.
Yeah, they got a big old heavy V8 in them.
It's crazy to see how big like a Chevy Colorado is now compared to what the smaller trucks from like back in our day. Yeah, because like the Colorado now is basically what like a 2020 or not 2020.
Are you talking price?
No, like the size, size of the truck. Like a 2001 Chevy truck is like the size of what a Colorado is now, and the new trucks are just massive compared to.
I don't know, man. I think if you look at an old Silverado and you get into a Colorado, because I used to have a little small Kia car.
I'm talking about the new Colorados.
Do you think they're as big as the old?
I think so.
They're bigger, maybe not the exact same size, but putting a Colorado next to an S10, you can see a difference.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought you meant like they were the same as the old Silverados, because I don't think the trucks are that much bigger than what they used to be. Do you?
They're huge compared to what they used to be. I've seen like memes about it where they have like these
I just know I couldn't
size comparisons.
When I got this little SUV I was like, there's no way I'm paying it 80, 100 grand for a
it's
truck.
Crazy. Yeah, it's pretty insane. I paid like 30 grand for my Jeep, and me and my wife were talking about this last night. I was like, I would 1,000% buy another Jeep Grand Cherokee. It's been
really
one of the best cars I've ever owned.
Isn't that one of the top ones on? I see these videos of they asking these mechanics, what's the worst car you work on or whatever.
Maybe, but
Yeah.
I've honestly had zero issues with mine,
Yeah.
So I put about 110,000 miles on it since 2021 when I bought it. I mean, I literally have driven it to every corner of America, like whether it's events or, just doing stuff for you guys on the podcast. So yeah, I've been to Florida twice, New York twice. Mama tried like 3 times, Washington twice, California a handful of times. Like it's been to Sturgis twice. So
see, I got this Volkswagen not because it can tow the most for a 4-cylinder. And I got it for 0% financing. I was not particular about what I got. And I'm at about 40,000 miles, and I don't know, I just got it last year.
Nice. Well, I mean, you come from like the financial side of like career path, so you look at all that stuff, and I think myself, not really the best buyer of things that aren't motorcycle related.
Yeah,
like I'm just getting whatever I want. I'm like, oh yeah, that payment sounds good. You know what I mean?
Right. No, and they have them. We had a Jeep Liberty, I think, and it was still one of my wife's favorite Jeeps, the real square looking, and it was nice. But I never had the newer Jeep Grand Cherokees, but I did look at them.
I like them. If I could afford it, I would 1,000% have one of those SRTs or the Trackhawks or something like that.
Me too.
Trackhawks are nice.
They're so they're like, I mean, they're not really bad price compared to like,
I know.
I mean, they're like 80 something, 90, like 80 or 90. And I say bad, like I can't afford it. But when you compare it to a Tahoe, normal Tahoe is like 90 grand or something like.
Well, 2 cars ago, I had a Dodge Charger, the 4-door one, whatever that one was. And it was just the regular V8. And oh man, I wanted a SRT or a whatever the middle one is. I would love to have one. The 6 point something. But
how far do you drive every day? Do you have like a commute?
No, I got this recent car so that I don't mind flying, first of all, because lately I've met a lot of people that have surprised me that are big on they can't fly. And I'm like, really, dude? You're 300 pounds. Well, you're afraid of being in the air?
Yeah.
And I guess it's a thing. But to me, like, for example, here in Dallas, I've been here all week. It just makes sense to have my own car and
not have to. I feel like flying it solves a problem when you're going somewhere specifically, and you're not going to have to like move around. So like, going to New York, flying there makes sense because even if you drive there, you're pretty much going to find a place to put your car, and then you're going to use public transportation.
But the rental car, I guess creature of habit. I know where everything is in my car. It's as big as it is. There's not much more space, but for me, because I got.
Do you like road tripping? Like, just, like I think that when you're into that, you're gonna want to do that more than.
Well, I wouldn't say I like it, but I spend a lot of time on the phone, talking for work, and so, man, I got all my phones set up, and I can. I got everything going, and people don't know that I'm sometimes even on the road. I think maybe they do, and so I'm on the phone a lot. So as long as I don't drop a call, but I don't mind driving. My dad was a truck driver. Yeah, I don't know if I could do that. I think I drink too much. When we went to let's see, where was the far one we went this year is. When I go across, like this year for Sturgis, when I'm Daytona, I'm helping trailer these bikes, and oh my god, I'm dreading going with these guys because these guys are like freaking military guys that like eating pretzels and making sure they don't take pee stops, and I'm like, bro, I like to stop.
Yeah, I can't.
And they're like, we're gonna try to make it to Georgia in like 3 stops, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, there's people like that ride motorcycles, and to me, it's like I enjoy, like I don't want to just get there. Like I want to enjoy the trip. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's why I got this new bike lately. The last 2 years I had to put so many miles, mainly because I didn't have a trailer, so I was forced. Now I do, so I'm hoping to. But I did enjoy it, and I did enjoy that people when I was riding, nobody could go at that time, so I ended up going by myself, and I kind of like it.
Well, I mean, not to like dance around a bush, but that's how you got known. Is because you're on a really, I mean, maybe not talking about how you got known in El Paso, but like how you got known out.
Well, I don't even know if I'm known there. I think maybe they know the bike, but they don't know me. But it's been a blast. I mean, I absolutely love it. Riding across country like when I did with you guys. I mean, I've ridden to Daytona and back, and Sturgis twice, and I love it.
Is there a place in the country you haven't ridden to yet that you want to go
tons. I feel like all I do is go to the same spots.
Yeah.
So this year I would like to see if I could go out of the way or do it like kind of like when we did to California. I might not have gone that quite out of the way. But yeah, I would like to do that now. Matter of fact, my buddy Mike in El Paso, I already told him, man.
Mike's a ripper though. Like that
yeah, he goes with people like the most random people just because he's like, all my buddies are busy and I'll go with these guys. He'll go ride with a club just because they invited him.
Yeah.
And he's going to Washington, I think, in 2 days. This year for Daytona, he's going to go with us. But the guys I'm going with, I guess I'm sleeping on the couch, even though I was in all the way, but it got misconstrued that I was going to be going with Mike because I said, well, if I get a new Road Glide, I'm going to probably go with Mike. Mm-hmm. And this was, months ago. Well, Mike is only going to Daytona for 1 day, and then he's going to the Keys and riding back. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I might ride up with him, hang out in Daytona, and maybe ride back, but I'm not looking to kill myself. And
yeah. I think that like there's also like I think the events, your Sturgis, Laconia, Daytona, Born Freeze, those things I think are really great for you to set a destination and then go do.
Well, for me, it's to hang out with the people that I guess friends or whatever acquaintances online that if I don't go to those events, that's the only time I really see them.
Well, so that's what I'm getting at is that think about it this way: you have these acquaintances and friends all over the country, so. Now it's like, hey, I want to do a trip on my own time and my own shit. Maybe I want to go to New York or maybe I want to go to Washington, but I want to go see my friend in San Diego and then LA and San Francisco and do like a loop. And it's no event at all. It's just that you're using the events originally to make these connections.
Yeah.
And then start doing some other types of traveling on a motorcycle that's not so event based. Maybe there's a Born Free tucked in the middle of it, like when we rode out there and I continued on and then you guys went back.
Well, it's funny you say that when you were like saying, yeah, you're known is both of these California trips where I got to meet a lot of people is it was all because of my buddy in El Paso that got the tickets for us for Born Free California for Chopper Fest.
Yeah.
And they ended up getting sick the last time. So I was like, damn, dude, I told all these people I was going. Now you're like kind of pressured me. I guess I'm going by myself.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't regret it. It was great. But yeah, freaking Alan's fault. He made me
How's Alan been? I haven't seen him.
Oh man, he's doing great. I mean, as far as considering, he's still got his foot messed up. He's blown out his retina 2 or 3 times. So he
needs to stay off his foot. He's out there putting thousands of miles down while he's got a cast on.
So he sold his Road Glide during Sturgis or for Sturgis because I took a guy that lives in Rapid City. Now I think when I was reaching out to you about the Buell, he's chomping at the bit for that because he wants to ride now. And now he can't.
Hot take, I think everybody should just wait a year and buy it used for $10,000, like the Pan Americas, personally. I'm not on the hype train about this Buell stuff.
I think it's a bad machine, but
I'm not on the hype train, though.
I think it's a bad machine, but I love it. But it does worry me that the first 2 or 3 already went for sale, but I think it's an amazing machine. But I don't. Just like with Harleys, you always got to be leery with the first year production of anything new, right?
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, there's always going to be that. I think that's definitely something to take in consideration. But there's a lot that goes into launching an entire new bike, and not that I have the answer or know how. honestly, this is just like a hot take and kind of a ignorant perspective, but like I think a lot of people want nostalgia but they want convenience of like modern technology. And so it tries to tap into those two things of giving you something nostalgic like an FXR shape, but with all this modern technology. But I don't think we've ever really been able to fully say why the Harley Davidson, the V-twin motor, like why that feels so different to us and why we choose to jump on that. Indian's already proven they have this amazing machine that does all this stuff, but we still buy Harleys. So there's this unspoken but feeling that you get riding this bike.
So I was the biggest critic. I had a Yamaha V-Star once, and I was a big Harley hater. You know?
That's how all of you guys are.
And I got into this small business where I did lose my ass.
When you buy that bike, it comes with a pamphlet of how to hate on Harley.
Yeah. I thought all Harleys were like the old panheads or whatever that leak oil and stuff, or FXRs.
Yeah.
But I love my FXR friends. They remind me of Dallas Cowboy fans, man. They're like, fuck, you guys are next year's our year. All right, buddy.
It's a good analogy. Make one trip.
Yeah.
Going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. I made it down to the dealer and back. Or no, I crossed state lines and back and the engine didn't, blow up or something. So
you live
I think I'm ready.
30 miles from the state line.
I think I'm ready to take it across country. But yeah, I one guy told me, he goes, this old mentor I had of mine, and he was like, you know what is the biggest difference? And I tested this. It is true, is that if you break down the side of the road, he goes on here, a little Yamaha, whatever it was, it looked like a Harley.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody's gonna stop. But you break down on a Harley, dude, everybody and their mother's gonna be stopping like that, and not on bikes. And sure enough, man, it's I don't know how to explain it. I met a lot of cool people because of riding Harleys.
Yeah, so, I mean, it attracts. I mean, look, it attracts a lot of people. It attracts clout chasers. It attracts a lot of different things. But there is like this common thing that I think that you find people through like what you've done. You jump on this bike, you traveled on it, like, and you have a nice bike, and it's well maintained, and like there's like levels to that stuff that like someone on the outside looking in goes, okay, that dude cares about his shit. He's riding it. He's putting in miles. He's down to do the cool shit. It's the same thing like hey, you go to college to prove that you're able to like commit to something.
Yeah, I think for me, I guess it goes back to like most people that had a custom painted bike, they're going to be more afraid about rock chips, and I don't care. And I think it's that thing of doing what it was not meant to be. Mm-hmm. Like I have this,
like with the Nissan, right?
Yeah, like with a close buddy of mine, he's like, "You painted it? It did come with paint, right?" I'm like, "Yes, but I wanted it different." Yours. Yeah. And so I get the fact that if somebody doesn't want to, right? Mm-hmm. Especially when it wasn't even your idea. Most of the time you give it to the painter and you let them run with it, Mm-hmm. That's been my experience.
Yeah.
And you just have to wait and see. But yeah, I guess it's, and I don't know what that says about us if we're just insecure that you are too worried about being at the stoplight with a guy with a black bike like yours, but.
No, I think that it's just like some people are more open-minded to like having something that's individually different,
Well, to me, I grew up around all that. People had lowriders, and it was just natural for me. I mean, I had a mini truck. I had a Toyota mini truck in high school, and first thing I do is put rims in a system. I think I replaced the stereo 8 times in my senior year.
Yeah,
because it would constantly get broke into and stolen, and it's just that's what you do.
Got to get that face off and put it in your backpack, dog.
I was too poor for that. I had the whole pull out, and I'm like, I'm not carrying that thing. Yeah, I had that truck I used to race. Eventually, this is how little I know. I cut the firewall out, so when you pull the seat down, you see the speakers way back there, and didn't like reinforce anything, but put these big ass subwoofers in there and this big box for weight because I was racing. It was heavy. I mean, I don't know how
Oh, the back area?
Like, because I had a tonneau cover and behind the seat. So when you put down the seat, it had like a little storage and you saw the subwoofers way back there.
Yeah.
But I mean, isn't that pretty important to reinforce the firewall?
Well, I mean, I want to say those trucks sat on a frame, right? They weren't unibodies, were they?
No, they weren't unibodies.
Yeah, at that time, full frame.
So, I mean, I don't know how structurally that is important. Like, I mean, I'm sure there's some level of it, but if it was a unibody, I don't know. I don't think that's a very...
Well, I don't think it was very smart at the time, but I loved it, man. I delivered pizza in it, and everybody knew me. The freaking mini truck, hauling ass, blasting his radio with mini truck with So I was.
Well, when you got into bikes, like, so you said what was your first bike? What was it?
A Road King, the one with the hard bags. Like, what is that? A custom or a classic? I don't know.
Think
it wasn't the leather bags. It was the custom. It was like a purplish blue.
What year? Like 08?
No, it was 06, I think.
Okay.
And I ended up putting a 21-inch front wheel, and it was. And then I built. I wouldn't say the big wheel. It had a 21, but it was a stretch bagger. You know.
Yeah.
I started watching this TV show where they trade up. Like you start off with a laptop and you end up with a boat or something. Mm-hmm. So that's how it started. I had this old C10 truck. My wife wanted to go on a vacation. I sold the truck for cash and a Jeep. Oh, because I wanted a Harley, and back that days it was Craigslist, and everything on Craigslist was for sale or trade for a Jeep. So I'm like, shit, I need to get a Jeep, like a Jeep.
Like the actual Jeeps.
Yeah, like a
Wrangler
YJs, or they're one of the older ones. So, anyways, I didn't even want a Jeep, but I got my wife didn't like the C10 because she says it smells like gas in here.
Mm-hmm. I love that
old truck. Yeah. So, I get a Jeep, and cash. So I'm completely up the Jeep, and then I think my daughter's like, "Oh, it's so cool! It was lifted, and it was a rock crawler Jeep. It was bad. It was CJ. Yeah. That's what, I think an 85. It just a V6, but it had, you could put it in front wheel drive only, rear wheel drive. And I take my daughters out, and they're like, with the top off, I had like 3 tops, a hard top, a soft top. And my daughters are like, my hair's getting my lip gloss. And I'm like, you know what, you guys, I'm getting a Harley. I'm trying to keep you guys in,
Yeah.
So I traded it for an ultra classic in 03 anniversary, and I'll never forget when I custom painted that. Everybody was like, all those emblems, bro, you're gonna cover that because it was the black and silver.
Yeah,
it's worth money. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I got a whole spin on that too.
And I was like, I don't care, I'm painting it. So I made you put that ugly fiberglass cover over your stretch bag. You got to cut your fender, and I did air ride until I got stranded at the route rally one year, and I said, take that shit off, and then I just started to like to go fast, and I was like, all right, it only makes sense to, and then just kept going through bikes from there.
So you started on a Harley, and then you explored other types of bikes?
Yeah, other Harleys, and then my buddies, I would ride. Where I really started to want to go fast is Alan had a Ducati Divel, and our other friend Sergio had a Ducati, and there I am chasing him on this street glide. Mm-hmm. And so I eventually got a Ducati Divel, and it really, we're hauling ass. Who can be the fastest on 162 horsepower stock bikes? And it was kind of nuts. But I just it's not comfortable. Like when you ride a couple hours on there, when you get home at the end of the day, you're like, it feels like you rode all weekend. Mm. And then it just got to where, because like when I started meeting you guys, I just showed up, right? It wasn't like I knew all these people. I just showed up.
Where's the first place we met?
I don't know.
I was thinking about that.
Probably T-Bar Tuesday, I think, or.
Well, we'll put it like this. You bought Ben's bike, right? So there was that connection there.
Yeah, but I don't think we really
But I don't know if you came to our camp out first, because I know that Devin let you borrow a Street Glide one. It might have been the camp out, honestly. Because when Devin let you borrow a Street Glide,
I'd have to look at the years, but if that was the year I rode to, no, I think it was on my way riding Ben's bike to Daytona. I stopped at T-Bar Tuesday on my way. Then that following year, I went to...
Then you came to the camp out.
Because I blew the the motor going to California in Ben's bike. And so that's why I needed to borrow a bike.
You blew the motor going to California, but that was for Born Free, wasn't it?
No, it was just fucking Alan wanted said, dude, let's go.
Oh, I'm gonna go right, because we rode back from California that year together with Alan. And
or was it Born Free or Chopper Fest? Or?
No, it was Born Free that we were riding back from, because you were like, remember you stayed in Tucson because it was so hot?
Oh, that was when I picked up the bike.
Because, you didn't want to blow the motor again.
But before that, whatever it was, however many months before, it was, I had already gotten it back. But this was a fresh motor and I didn't want to push it. But I blew it.
That first year, I think, you got the bike. You came here for T-Bar Tuesday on the way to Daytona. Then our camp out was kind of next. It was like a month or so after Daytona. And then we're riding to Sturgis for Born Free. I was on the Lowrider ST, because I just did that. I was 23. And then we rode back from Daytona, or not Daytona, Born Free Cali together. And then me and you linked up. Remember we had the breakfast on the way to Sturgis that year?
Yeah. Yeah, I was on that bike, right?
Yeah, I was on the SD still.
Yeah. And
because you didn't have that lowrider yet.
Right. I was on the who made me get the lowrider was Marcus and his brother. When I came to T-Bar Tuesday and I hadn't really seen a lowrider. I'm not a fan of the ST front fairing. And when I saw him with the FXRP fairing, I'm like, ooh, I could see myself in that.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, it's crazy. So that happened.
So I got the bike ready for Texas Hills.
So 23, we did all this stuff that I just said together. And then you come on the Polar ride the next year, which is 24. I didn't go that year. I was somewhere, but that's when.
And that was the best year, I think. Well,
bro, you didn't go last year. You didn't go last year. You didn't go last year.
I didn't?
Because
I don't know. King Tony didn't go.
So me and King Tony are the ones that started this thing, right?
He didn't go last year, though, did he?
He didn't go last year. Tony's been, I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
He's well. I haven't talked to him in a while. Wheelo kind of kept it going for us. And then like Trey with T-Bar Tuesday has kept it this year going for us. So I'm forever thankful for all the people that's kept this thing alive. So you went last year on the way out there. Then you had the issue where it got fucked up on the trailer, right?
Yes.
And then that's where the whole new paint job comes from in 2024.
Yeah, it was a blessing.
While
in
that's
disguise.
taking place, you get the Lowrider S.
Right.
And then
not because of that. The Road Glide is a trash subframe, and now they have a docking hardware.
Yeah.
But nobody's ever ridden on the back. You can't put a sissy bar, and I don't trust it. If you think our new bikes have whiskey throttle, fuck, you ought to see mine.
Yeah.
And my wife is one that likes to look around and stuff, and I'm
attention.
like, yeah, I'll kill you. So she tells me one time, why don't you get a bike I can ride? And I'm like, ooh, I've already been thinking I'll start looking tomorrow. And I think she's ridden with me 3 times, and she's just not her thing. Or she doesn't like to go fast. She likes to go slow without a helmet. And I'm like, babe, we're like complete opposite here.
Yeah. Kind of the same thing with me and my wife. Yeah.
Yeah, she says she's not a control freak, but she does like to. I can tell in the car.
I can understand being on the back seat. This shit's fucking sketchy. You know what I mean? I wouldn't take that away from them, but
I have a hard time being in the passenger seat, so I can't imagine being on the back of a bike.
Yeah.
But when we went, I took her for the first time to Four Corners last year, and I didn't really think I knew anybody going, so I was like, this would be perfect. We'll take up there. We got a place to stay up in the nice mountains, and I only made it halfway up $1 Million Highway, and I feel her knees just like squeezing me, and I could feel her anxiety, and I'm like, oh my God. And then we get to the campground, or not the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
And after about 30 minutes of people that I, again, know, like on Instagram, we're talking about bikes.
Yeah.
She's like, you know what? I don't want to come back to any of this shit. She thought I was just telling lies that all we do is talk with guys about bikes, you know?
Yeah.
She thought it was just hot chicks throwing themselves at you.
Yeah.
At us. And I was like, babe, when you got a custom painted bike, all you get is a bunch of dudes.
Yeah, dude getters, baby.
So I was actually bummed that I didn't even get to do all of $1 Million Highway, but that's how I got the lowrider. And it's an awesome bike. It's an awesome bike. I took it to Daytona.
So did you buy the lowrider before the Road Glide had the incident on the trailer? Not the trailer, the tow truck?
I don't remember, man. A lot's happened since then. It might
Because
have.
the Polar Ride last year, when this happened, right? No, the 2024, when this happened, was a month before Daytona. So I can't imagine like you had the issue and then you bought the bike and then went to Daytona on the lowrider that quick, did you?
I might have, because it was pretty it was pretty dialed. My buddy TJ and Phoenix, and that's why I was like, dude, this is everything that I want besides the Leather Pros.
Yeah, okay.
That's exactly what I want. And it already had the 128, and it's the best bike I've ever been on.
Cool.
It's just, and I know they're getting super popular. I'm just a bagger guy, man. I love, and I know you basically can make that a bagger, right? I got saddlebags that are probably even bigger, but I don't know. There's just something about.
Hot take. Maybe you can chime in on this. Like, I feel like a performance bagger is a performance bagger. It's a Road Glide, Street Glide, Road King, right? Not saying that like under the all-encompassing idea of the word performance bagger.
Yeah, but these lowrider S or ST,
I don't feel
that's
like
pretty much a bagger.
I mean, like I said, if we're gonna justify it,
No, it's a monoshock, so it's.
Well, I mean, if we're just gonna say because it has bags,
Yeah.
then you open up the can of worms for every fucking my KZ 1000's a performance bagger and blah blah blah. It's like I just feel like a custom FXR with bags and fairing, like it's a bagger. But like when I think of performance bagger, I think of these other things. I think these things are in their own regard like a custom bike as well.
Well, for one, the little I know about anything with Harleys is, the Softail is a total different animal. It's a B motor or balanced whatever, and it's the absolute best platform for a turbo. I tell you.
Brutal.
I put 22,000 miles in, I say a year, but it's really 15 months. All I did was tires and oil change. And that's a 170 to 180 horsepower bike. It's still with a belt. It's freaking amazing. But I'm just kind of bored with it.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought it was perfect with inverted front end, and I did the Big Bear suspension. And now I got it for sale in Arizona if anybody wants it. If not, I might make a chop Softail or something out of it. But I love it. It's the best platform for a turbo because it doesn't, it's balanced. So that turbo doesn't shake. But I just like a bagger, man. And I don't even listen to the radio, so I can't explain why I like a bagger more. I don't even use the infotainment center. I think it goes back to what we were saying earlier. Like some of the things there's no real rhyme or reason, as to why I like this versus that, or why I'm drawn to this versus that. Because I mean, as you probably can attest to, like after you ride a bagger for so long, sometimes it feels good to jump on something different. It is fun. I will say the Softail, what I like about mine, and I don't know about lowrider STs, if they're that easy to take the bags off, like they are on mine. Where it takes like 2 seconds.
Yeah, lowrider ST super easy.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's like it's a lever, and it like clicks off. It's actually faster.
Man, then it feels like a dirt bike mine. Oh, it's so fun. But it's just not my thing, and that's what has made me. I don't really know if I could get into the FXR or even the old school, whatever. Evo.
And I feel like those type of bikes, like choppers, Evos, FXRs, like, man, you should find somebody that's like into it, or like one of your friends that have it. Say, can I take that for a ride? Can I go around the block on it?
That's what I hear.
And just like,
even when I hear Nick Trask loves his old school Evo or Shovelhead, whatever it is. He's like, I love sitting on this bike. And so maybe it is something to be said about these old bikes. I don't know. I make fun of all my friends because my close friends, Rio Grande Shovelheads, they're are RGS Performance, but it used to be Rio Grande Shovelheads because they were all into that. And I'm like, forget Shovelheads, dude.
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to justify like technology, then yeah, you're not going to find that. It's the same reason why when you jump in that C10, it feels different. You know what I mean? It's just it's just different. You know,
I get it, but
it's not practical because everything about that truck is practically like your new car does all that times 10 better, right? So there's a feeling you get being in that truck, and a lot of it has the way it looks, the way it feels, the way it smells. Like it just tackles other senses that newer vehicles.
See, I'll have to show you my buddy Alan's bike. He's got, and he won't sell it, but he's got an anniversary Heritage 03, fuel injected, right? But he did the tank before. The first time I've ever seen it done, he notched in the tank, okay? And he sprayed this shit on there that's all rusted. It's a rust bucket. He got the rear fender with louvers in it. It looks like a 48 pen, and then he put a Springer front end. So it looks like a 48. And then he's got these big knobby tires on it. And he's smoking people because it's fuel injected.
Yeah.
And people are like, did I just get smoked by a panhead?
Oh, that's
and he's got these gear driven cams in it, and it's real. It's all rusted, you know. It's bad, man, and it's a torquey bike. It's got, I don't know. He's got his whatever he does, gear driven cams, and I don't know what else. But that thing is fast, so I can see myself on something like that. And any bike that I'm on, if he's on that, everybody gravitates towards that
because it's different.
Yeah.
You know,
they think they're seeing some historic Harley memorabilia, and it's
just
modern bike.
Think about it, man. If you take 10 new CVO STs, right? And I got to watch how I talk here because you know your boy's on the take right now. So if you take 10 CVO STs and you put them in a line, and then you put one bike over here that's just not. You're naturally gonna be drawn to that, right? So that it doesn't matter what it could be.
Can I ask? Has anybody ever asked you to paint CVO on their saddlebag and it's not a CVO?
No, not if it's not a CVO. No, because I did.
But you wouldn't do that?
I don't, man. Honestly, I don't give a shit. Like I'll put CVO.
I think some people are, mainly older people, are more attached to that.
I don't get requests from people who are kind of like newbies in the motorcycle world. Most of the people that come to me for paint work or things like that, they're kind of more, they have a more eclectic palette of like they're, you know what I mean? Like they have some tenure in this world. Like I don't know. I don't get like a whole bunch of, hey man, I want some glow in the dark paint or I want some fucking like gimmick shit. Like I don't get that. I get more people that want something a little more classy or, you know, on brand with what I do. But, you know, like I said, if you have a lineup of all these brand new or these like same looking bikes, like anything stands out next to it. And so, you know, you take his patinaed 03 Heritage and it's going to stand out because most of those things don't exist on the road as much.
Yeah, I guess so.
FXRs, like if you follow a lot of FXRs online, you think they're everywhere, but then you go ride anywhere to any event and they're a dime a dozen. And so when you see one, it's like, oh shit, there's an FXR and it's a stock one that has nothing done to it or it's crusty or it's this or it's that, but it's an FXR and you don't see them every day or everywhere, right? So now you're more drawn to it. So it's just like it's all a psychological trick with this shit, you know? The year that I came to Sturgis on my Gold,
I got enough crazy bikes. I'm kind of looking forward to having a bike that just kind of blends in.
It's not going to work.
I think it can, man. You know how many times I wish I had a black Harley when this crazy green bike goes flying down the road?
I could give you an analogy that would completely fuck us both right now in regards to women and the ones we're married to.
Well, no, I think... I
always want what we don't have, dude.
But I've had a stock bike. It was stock for a while.
Yeah, but you're not stock bike Dwayne anymore. You're fucking turbo Dwayne, dude.
Yeah, I know. And so I'm people are taking bets on how long it's going to take, and I'm not sure.
That's a good fucking. That is a good death.
Couchy.
Right
I think there's something on Couchy, or what do you call it? One of those betting sites. I don't know.
If you make it past Daytona without a turbo, then that would be.
I surprised myself.
Yeah.
Especially because I'm going to Arizona.
Like if you go
first,
if you go by the Trask booth in Daytona, you already know what you're looking for. You're fishing. You're going over there. You're just like, hey guys, how's everything going? You want to see the new bike? And you're just seeing
Daytona this year is going to be for my homeboys.
Okay.
Reveals. They're having their reveals party. So they're
like their gender reveals?
Pretty much. Breezy's finally built, got his bike painted and
okay. Yeah.
got a new he won't even show us. And then our other buddy Lane, it's not my own friends, man. They just hate he's building a turbo killer. His is supposed to be some, I don't know, what do you call it? Supercharged nitrous road glide.
Okay.
And I'm like, I just want to see it go out across state lines, but
yeah.
So it's gonna be their deal, man.
Do you have a bunch of friends that wanted like, and I don't mean it's any kind of like shade or anything, but just friendly shit talking?
Yeah, I talk shit to them all the time.
Are they the kind of dudes that like you kind of figured out a lot of the sauce and you could help them get like save some time by going and avoiding certain things? Or are they guys that like, I want to have my own guys and do it my own way?
Yeah.
And have nothing to do with like the way you've done it.
I think I think everybody has their own guys, right? And everybody thinks they can do it better, right? I mean, isn't that how the paint thing is? Where everybody's kind of like, I learned this from when I first got my street light painted. I was all proud of it, man. I had this custom guy paint this. And I talked to Kyle a lot, Forever Rad, and I see him in Sturgis. We stopped. And I said, hey, man, take a look. Tell me what you think, Yeah. He's like, bro, you don't want me to do that.
Yeah, you don't ask Kyle that.
He's like, you don't want me to do that, bro. That's all I do is pick shit apart. And now I appreciate that. And I really appreciate that he was, told me that. Maybe some people would get their feelings hurt like, fuck you, dude. But I think that's
kind of the problem. I think that people...
I thought it was one of the best things that I have ever learned of. And I think, I guess there's two types of people out there. Some people that are going to get their feelings hurt after you spend all this money, and other people that are like, damn, I guess I'd learn for the next time. Yeah. I've learned too. There's, I don't get my feelings hurt at shows. I mean, I've been on both ends, right? Of the receiving ends of winning stuff and I shouldn't have. And probably people think I could care less about a flashy bike. It just has happened that way. I like to support the homies, and I like, but I really.
So I think what you just said is the important thing that I think is like what needs to be hammered home is supporting the homies that do this for a living, right?
Yeah.
There's always going to be a painter down the street that paints, right? But is he the guy that paints the motorcycle industry? Or is he like a guy that paints whatever the fuck you bring in, or he's a lowrider guy, or he's a mini truck guy? And yes, he could probably go hard on your paint job or on your bike. But like, if you think of this motorcycle culture as an economy, every dollar you put in the economy of this motorcycle culture comes back to it, right? Mm-hmm. So when you come to a guy like Jeremy or myself or, some of the homies in Cali,
except for the raffles, I ain't doing that shit anymore, Brent.
I don't fuck with raffles. I mean, I've
lost enough money that I'm like,
I'm not a gambling man. So, but what I'm saying is that like, when you support the community, it comes back and this thing grows for everybody. Right. I mean, the problem is you just said it the best. It's like Kyle, if you ask him for his opinion, and I love the fact that he says, do you really want my opinion? And I think that you do have to be in the right mindset, because if you're super proud of your bike.
Yeah. Well, I was.
And you don't know
I was proud, bro.
What we look for in our shit, you know what I'm saying? What we're trying to avoid or what we're trying to solve, the problems and shit. Like, someone can pick mine apart. I do my best to not have flaws or to cover up repair my flaws. And I had to explain this to somebody a while back. It's like, look, when my paint jobs leave my shop, the clear coat, it's perfect. But when you see my bikes, you seeing my bike on a 2,000-mile road trip to an event.
Right.
Full of bug guts and fucking.
When I rode the green bike to Daytona, I tell Jeremy I was having this problem that Trask made me a new kind of exhaust cutout.
Yeah.
They added some more pies because it would turn the side of my bike gold, right? With turbo dust. And so I decided I'm going to tape it, right, with some painter's tape.
Yeah.
The legit, the green stuff. And Jeremy's telling me, no, you're gonna take off some of the silver leaf or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, I shouldn't. I mean, there should be clear. And sure enough, it was fine. But I think he was also afraid I was going to just skimp on the painter's tape and get like just some blue tape or something. And
Well, I mean, the thing is that like for everybody out there and, you know, for what he's talking about is that when you clear coat over silver leaf, leaf does not necessarily bond to clear. So it's a bridge across the leaf. And what you want is over time, the leaf itself or the clear itself will get so hard and cured that it becomes a bridge. And usually you can put some kind of tape over it and it won't rip it off over the course of time. Like we're talking 30, 60, 90 days, right?
yeah.
But initially it is kind of a thing like you tape over it, it will rip everything off of it.
Really? I thought it was under the clear.
Well, that's the problem is the clear on that spot is just laying on top of it. It doesn't bite into the leaf. So it bites into the other base coats. And when you sand down clear and then you re-clear it, it bites into the sand marks. But leaf,
Interesting.
it doesn't bite into that.
See, I know nothing, man. I just ride them, bro. Just call me. You know who I like is there's some black guy that with Harley, he's just the driver. I think Fast Eddie. That's why I want to be a guy like that, dude. I don't know. I just fucking ride them.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's the best place to be, man.
Well, I stay in my lane, man. I don't know. You know, I do like to service my own bike to know you can catch a lot of things, but I'm not trying to even do a cam job. Good Lord.
Yeah, not to discourage anybody from wanting to learn that type of stuff, but
I think it's great.
Like I used to do all my own oil changes on my vehicles and stuff like that. And at this point, man, like it's not I don't have the hours or the hour. I have it. I don't want to mow my grass, dude. I really don't. You know what I mean? So they're going to do it for $120 at this place. And I can sit in my car and answer some emails and fucking make a phone call. I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Harley oil changes, it does make sense to do your own. It's not like car.
That, but like a car, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm with you there, man. But again, I like to support my homies, and that's what they do.
Yeah.
My shop in El Paso, I did it for years, and maybe one of these days I'll invest in a lift. But man, I'm getting too old to be changing this shit on the floor, bro. It sucks. But no, I've had a good run, man. It's been a blast. Blowing up motors is part of it. I've had
to be fair though, like that. Let's talk about that a little bit, right? So
that had nothing to do with the turbo.
It's just that
lifter
motor,
failure.
Which was what brand was the lifter?
It was S&S, and I've known a lot of them. And guess what I put in there?
S&S.
Yeah, that's right, baby. I've since changed the fueling. I have. Yeah. I since. Matter of fact, I talked to the fueling guys in Sturgis this year, and I told them the situation I had, and he's like, "That's a great story, man. Come get a hat."
So,
but no,
I think this podcast is going to be coming out after we just released the fueling one. So, because
I've learned after that from a number of guys, because I actually know of a lot of people that have come out to me of asking.
They come out of the closet?
Yeah, about I need two hands to count the guys that I know that have had
Jake, two motor failures.
S&S lifter failures.
Yeah.
And so I met this guy about 2 years ago that says he changes his lifters every 2 sets of tires. And I thought, that's a bit. But now I think it's cheap maintenance, bro. How much is a set of lifters?
Yeah, that's not much.
And like I was listening to that guy, Mickey Cohen, he said it's 15,000 miles. I'm like, damn, I didn't know it was that often.
I mean,
but you put a turbo and you build up these motors. You know, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
people don't realize when you do a turbo, you got to change your oil every 2,000 miles, and you think, oh, that's not that bad. When my bike got redone at Trask, I had them put the fueling lifters and go through the whole engine and everything. And he tells me, Dwayne, you need to change your oil more often. I'm like, what the fuck do you guys want, man? I'm doing 2,000 miles, you know? And he goes, no. This was just last year, and I feel like, duh, how come nobody ever told me that? He goes, no, I want you to check your oil more often. As soon as it gets black, change it. And there's a difference between 2,000 road miles and 2,000 with the homies around the street.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no shit, that's a big difference. And when I'm just ripping through the next town to the back roads versus over the road, you're not really pushing it as hard. And I would imagine it's the same on a bike, on a regular bike. But
So you're saying that like the road trip miles are harder on it?
No,
They're
opposite.
easier. It's just like highway miles versus city
well,
miles,
when you
right?
if you and I were leaving here from here to Buc-ee's,
Yeah.
we're gonna see what these are both new road glides. We're gonna see at least one of the stoplights we're gonna take off, right?
Maybe.
Maybe. And so you figure where we're on the highway, it may be that when you take off, but it's pretty much the same speed. But yeah, it is what it is. And yeah, I was like, yeah, you're no joke. And so now I do that. Now that's why I got those fancy dipsticks, because after I've seen all the metal, I want that.
Yeah.
There is a reason for that expensive ass dipstick.
Who'd you go with? The Trask one?
No, the Figurati one. I haven't put it on this new bike, but I have it on all my others. Because if you see it work, and I didn't even get.
I have a fueling coming for the new Road Glide.
You don't need it, bro. I mean, it's cool to have. You mean the vented dipstick? The new Road Glides I just showed you, they already come with one. They stole Trask's idea, or they borrowed it.
With the
The vented.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have to go back and listen to the podcast, but they, he talked about, Luke talked about the whole process of how the oiling system works, and he
Like my buddy Breezy says, he's triple vented.
he's triple vented.
He's got all of them.
Yeah,
He's got the vented dipstick, the Trask one. He's got them all, bro.
yeah. It's not. I mean, it's deterrent. It's like I mean, I'm not the one to answer could there be too much venting? Does there need to be some kind of back pressure? But I don't know.
Not on a big motor.
I don't think you need back pressure on the back side of the piston. So
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. When I saw that it picks up, I'm a sucker for anything. If you tell me to make my bike cooler or once you've blown a motor, I'm a sucker for anything that could be any kind of preventative, because that was an expensive fix.
in regards to like the new bike, the 2024, right?
Yeah.
So what's your thought process behind this one? Like what was the
I need something
desire to
comfortable.
buy it? And
I
like,
need something comfortable. I was just heard a lot of good things about it, how much cooler it runs, and I've had some bikes that get pretty hot. But
so those stairs kicked your ass, right?
Huh?
Those stairs kicked your ass coming back up?
yeah.
I love it.
But I don't know. I just I didn't really care about the infotainment, and it didn't bother me because I don't really use it. But I just wanted a new one. And honestly, it was crazy to see that you can get a new body style for the same price as the old, or 23.
Yeah. Where on your Road Glide now? Like, where's the gauges on that? Are they on the bars?
The turbo?
Yeah, the Turbo Road Glide.
Yeah. No, I have a Dakota Digital single, like a Road King.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
Kind of like the Clean Motor Boys.
Yeah, I'm still getting used to the huge screen. It's I mean, it's like, all right, so let me give you my take on what I'm thinking on my Road Glide. Maybe we can spitball back and forth. I kind of want to figure out how to make it feel less brand new, less futuristic, less, billet. You know what I mean? Not so much like I'm not trying to make it look like your buddy Allen's Softail where it's patinaed and kind of crusty. I just don't want it to look so.
You want to make it look like an old bike?
No, I just
Like
don't
with-
want it to
with
make
dashes with the.
No, it's not. I don't have the right vocabulary for it. I think is the problem. Is it?
I think it would look awesome to do that. Is to make a rusted bike. If you
I'm
had
not-
could,
yeah, I don't want to do that.
you don't,
No, I like things.
dude.
like,
A rusted bike with some paint, pinstripe or something on it could be cool.
if
No?
it's originally like that. I don't like the fake shit.
Yeah.
It as somebody that's fucked with some old stuff now, like it is very hard to like
yeah, I know.
get old stuff that's old and make it like uniform. Like there's an art to that shit. So taking something new and making it look rusty and old, that's really not hard, for like someone in my, my career path with paint. Like I understand how to do that. And I don't feel that it kind of, it's just easy, right? Taking something that's old and curating old pieces to go together and make it all work.
So what do you want, or you just can't really figure out? You just want something different.
All the bikes that I see that are being built, and this is no shade at anybody, this is just a personal taste, right? All the newer body style road glides that I've seen be built, I feel like there's just so much billet, blocky things on it that I'm trying to, and I could be a complete hypocrite on here because a lot of the parts I already have for this bike are billet pieces. But finding a way to soften the edges and make it not look so CNC'd, you know what I mean?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is some of those body lines are gonna make it harder for you.
Yeah.
Like, what is the part that is not blocky? Like on even an older bike? Like you mean even at gauges because they were rounded, or
Well, I mean, a lot of older bikes, things are done with tubular things. So bars are made out of round, you know what I mean? So but here's the deal. I'm already running Ness risers. They're billet. So like I said, there's a lot of contradictory things that I'm saying right now that are definitely going to be a part of the process on the end. But there's a look to a performance bagger right now, I think. And I don't want it to look like that.
oh,
You know what I
get
mean?
some power plant stuff. Their stuff is a little different. They have the same stuff, but it real round. Because I know some guys that have done that, and
I'm kind of torn. Like,
yeah.
because also, a lot of the parts
See, I
that
don't really care anymore. I guess I just want it more for function. I used to. I'll mix match everything on there, man. I'll have a little.
20 golds.
No, that I'm not.
You're not that lazy.
No, I'm not a fan of gold wheels. I love Arlen Ness's stuff, but I'm not a fan of anybody's gold wheels. I just don't like gold wheels.
Yeah.
I like red, black, chrome, any other colors. It's just, yeah, I don't. I didn't like. That was the thing that drew me to the Softail. It didn't have those gold wheels, man, that come on every Softail.
Oh yeah, that bronze.
That year, I can't stand them. Which is weird when you say, "Well, what you're okay with black that everybody has?" Yes.
Yeah, black kind of disappears. I think that was the problem that I had after having the Ness gold wheels on my last Road Glide. And
Now,
then
even on your Road Glide, it did look good. Or it flowed, but I still, just like people say about that white seat, and I'm not a big fan of white seats either, but it's definitely growing on me. But I'm not a fan of it. I guess I got no class, but
no, I mean it's a different type of class.
it's it's a different kind of class, but so I don't know, man. I mean, it is going to be different. It does make it different in its own right just by having that.
I just want to. I don't know. Even like the early days.
Dude,
of
put some
performance,
ape hangers and you'll be different.
I'm not that retarded. Once you kind of have ridden with T-bar style moto bars, it's hard to like.
Yeah.
To be on a bagger, it's hard to go back to like ape hangers, right? And the bike comes with a decent set of air quotes set of apes from the factory, and it's not the jam. I want to build an ape hanger chopper really bad. I had an ape hanger fucking road or FXR that was so sick that I loved, but on a bagger I just can't. It's just not in me to ride that.
Yeah.
like I said, it's just I think there's a look of performance baggers nowadays, and a lot of things are going that.
Well, don't you want to get out of that look, or
that's what I'm trying to
look?
do. I'm trying to figure that out, and I think that the statements that I'm making right now,
I've been seeing a lot of performance, or maybe it's always been around, but I feel like I've just noticed it more, where it's like performance airbags, and I'm like, those don't go, but maybe it does.
Well, Thunder Max has always had the iRide stuff.
No, I'm talking about like airing it down, but this is like a performance bike and a big wheel, and I'm like, hey, maybe it goes. I don't know. Maybe it's a new trend.
So the guys at Covington, when Covington Customs was around, they used to call it luxury performance, right? So it was like the fat front tires, but all kind of like moto style T-bars, more performance looks, but it had a few of the elements from more of the big wheel world, right? I think a lot of that stuff is kind of, I don't know. Some of it, I think a lot of the brands that were doing that heavy have kind of completely switched over now to just performance motorcycles, normal size wheels or with wheels in the front. But like, I mean, I've painted a lot of those bikes. If those dudes, if that's what they want, like, you know what I mean? That's the one thing that's different for me than like 7 years ago. It's the early days of performance baggers when it was like, fuck you, this is what we're doing, or fuck off. Like now I'm like, hey, look, man, if you want to do this, you want to put T-bars on a 30-inch wheel, like I don't give a fuck, dude. I really just don't. You know what I mean?
That's it, baby. That's called
I don't care.
Retirement. Yeah.
Yeah. Pay me.
Yeah, pay me. I like it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I would like, if I had room for all this stuff, I'd love to have me an old school chopper. Not a chopper, maybe like some kind of a Springer is what I'd like.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
But if I ever had any kind of big wheel, I would love to get me some kind of Corey Souza crazy shit, because I love the motors he puts in his shit. They're like, it's like, dude, those two things don't go. He's like, you put this hot rod motor in a big wheel, and I just think it's cool that he does off the wall shit.
He's got that mini truck kind of approach
it's my
to
style.
things.
And but no, he likes to push the envelope, so I can get that. I can appreciate, because I'm no artist, and I can appreciate.
You were hard to paint a helmet for. I'll tell you that much.
Dude,
You're like the dude that like doesn't know what you want, but you know what you don't want.
Well, that's a good way to put it, I guess. My
like,
wife
hey,
says I'm picky too. I'm like, there's no way.
Are
I'm
you
picky.
the problem when it comes to what's for dinner tonight? Like,
No,
whatever you say. Oh, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that.
no. No. She. I guess I only have daughters, so I'm used to whatever their craving is.
Oh yeah. Well, to be fair, it's very hard for even myself to paint for myself. Right? There's a lot of options. And when you're coming down to the needle point of like making a decision, you feel like, okay, well, is this what I should do, or is this where I should be? Like I want a helmet, but I want a paint job, or whatever it's going on. But like I think there's a better time to do one of those when you know what you want, or you see something like, I really want that, and maybe not that, but I want this version of that. Like when you kind of, like when you decide you wanted to get a new Road Glide, you knew you wanted something that did this. And so you kind of had a more concise direction you wanted to take this thing.
Yeah, it was really just laziness on this one. I was like, I knew I wanted T-bars in a pipe, and I guess I remember from 2 years ago when everything was hard to source and stuff, and I was like, I don't have time to be dealing with that.
Yeah.
But what I wanted was a white one.
Oh, that white. I
wanted a white one,
clean.
like Eric got. I was like, we were talking. I said, damn, dude, how much you get that one for? And he started working at a dealer, and then I think 3 days later is when I got that one. Yeah, Eric's is.
Which Eric are you talking about?
From Austin.
Oh yeah, Eric. Yeah, he did get that. He got a Road Glide, right?
Yeah.
I think he works at a dealership right now, right?
Yeah. To get the discount, he was telling me, and he's in parts, and that's the one I wanted, was the white chrome one. And then when I start to see everybody with even whatever they've done with it, if they put carbon fiber, but then they all have the same wheels, it's like,
The new wheels look pretty damn
yeah,
good.
they do. They are nice.
Even if you powder coat them black or get them chrome, like they look pretty damn good. Not gonna lie.
But
Ness makes like those wheels, but
Ness,
larger.
I
wheels.
saw these wheels, dude. They're bad. There's all kinds of sick ones. The black and red ones, they're sick with their. They got some big time selection this year, man. I'm excited to see some of those wheels.
Yeah, that's another.
I think that would make a black bike with those black and red wheels that they've been advertised. Dude,
Sometimes that pop of color is one that it's not always that your bike can be completely blacked out or color or whatever, but just the chrome wheels pop so hard. You know, it's just those touches of things. That
I mean, I'm definitely I think what I'll definitely do is the Arlen Ness. What do they call methods or with the right?
The fork legs.
Fork legs with different internals, and dude, I'll be good to go.
I have a set down there for the new one that like I'm stoked.
Are they chrome?
No, I did black. The thing is that I think I was telling you, and I'll tell the podcast.
We'll get a set of chrome ones, dude. We'll make a whole tutorial.
I'm doing that with the black ones, dude.
It'd be a lot cooler with mine, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I could put you. I got an offer code to save you some money.
All right.
I want to do. I've never owned a green bike. I've always
Bad
liked.
luck. Get ready for that.
Allegedly, I love painting green paint jobs, and I've just been feeling green for like the last maybe 6 months, and I want to try to pull off a green paint job on this
Money,
bike.
baby. This is the year of money.
But not green like money green,
I
like
know.
more nostalgic green.
Just be ready, bro. You know how many times I got that
What?
as a green bike? You know it's bad luck, right?
Yes, it's kind of like when you walk to somebody that's tall and go, "How tall are you?" Or "How's the weather up there?" or some shit.
Do you know why? It's
because back in the day, the army stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know until somebody finally told me. I'm like, I don't give a shit what it is.
Well, back in the day, they only painted bikes green and black for the most part, and
Because they all died in war. The people that rode the green bikes, the green Harleys. I'm like, it was a different green.
yeah, it's just I don't know. There's a whole deal, but like every time I've ever painted a green bike for somebody, it's always done. It's a bike that would get sold and bought time and time again.
So I'll tell you, the green bike is still my absolute favorite ever.
Yeah.
Even with my new one. It's when I painted my Street Glide black and white and red, I gave the painter a picture of that bike before it was mine, and Kyle's Indian Challenger that was like brown. I was like, I don't know what you call this, mini trucking, RV. You know, some of the RVs have
Oh
the
yeah,
same.
RVs. That's
I said, I don't know what you call this, but this is what I want. This style. And he tried to create, with a mix of the only thing he didn't put that I wanted was like the water splat, the water.
the
spray.
cum sauce. That's what I like to call it.
There you go. And so he didn't do that. And like when Jeremy painted the last bike, the only thing I told him was, I want the 90s rough pinstripe.
Oh yeah, the razor.
You remember what
stripe.
you told me?
Yeah,
Racing stripe, is that what you call it?
razor stripes.
You told me, yeah, we did that back in 2007 because I wasn't a good pinstriper.
No, 100%. That was what we did back in the days. You would do
Yeah.
these like slash razor stripes. There was a few different ways you could do it. You can like literally cross it, like you put a pinstripe line and then you cross it back and forth, and it would look like kind of a fuzzy, jagged kind of like thing. Or you could just do little lines on each side of it, like also parallel, and it would also give it a look too.
So that was the only thing I told him because he sent me a sketch and I was like, I don't see it. I don't.
So I'll help Jeremy here, and I'll also kind of like help you and help listeners. So
I don't think he wanted to do it.
the sketch here, this is the reason why I sketch every paint job. Same way I sketched the helmet for you, right? Mm-hmm. I sketch that as a thing that I can offer, but like there's also probably 10 sketches I did that I hated. That's the one that I'm seeing in my head. Like I'm seeing all the colors, all the tricks, all the doodads, And I'm just showing you kind of like, yes, for approval, but more like, look, I see this. I hope you like it.
No, you should say, I hope you see it, because to me, I've seen them, and it's like other ones that Jeremy has done. For somebody who doesn't have it, doesn't look anything like that.
Yeah. And that, I mean, sometimes it does kind of evolve from that, where you start a sketch, you know, you have like your layout, and then as you start to work on this 3-dimensional object, whether it's a helmet or a bike,
It's got to change.
there's things that change, but this still is a good foundation to build from. The tape is expensive as shit, dude. Like those markers I use to shade all this stuff are also very expensive, but that one marker color will get me through 5 or 10 sketches versus that one roll of tape will work on one bike. And they're about the same amount of money.
So when I got to watch the guy that painted my street glide, you know, he did lots of tape work.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, it's all hand taped. You know, he calls it fingerprint. It looks like a thumbprint.
Yeah.
Whatever you call it.
Super cool stuff, yeah. Big time in the lowrider world, and it's definitely crossed over. It's had its ups and downs in the.
And he's like, I normally don't let people watch, you know, but you're like, he just started to paint the saddlebag before he did the tank or anything. Everything was like, dude, you already painting it? How do you know it's gonna, you know, you don't even have like a drawn out plan. And I saw him, and he's like, I normally don't see. And I'm like, man, you guys should. When I saw 2 black trash bags full of the tiny little tape, I was like, dude, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Dude, how much I paid for that? That's a lot of work.
Yeah. It's a lot of work, and these materials are insanely priced. And this is maybe to kind of like, for me, what I deal with a lot, and I guess on this podcast talking about it so much that I have a reputation of being like super expensive, right? Mm-hmm. The problem is that everybody that asks me for a paint job, they ask me for the most, like they want the works. Everything I know how to do. I want the flake, the leaf, the candy, the layers. I want all that. And I want it on a road glide, and I want 2 helmets, and I want a tour pack to match. And like, yeah, it's a lot of money, dude. And so you think everything costs that. And it's like, no, there are road glides we do for $6,000, right? Well, that's not a candy, flaked out, leafed out, airbrushed, all this kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
The problem is the way people shop is they go to the helmet brand and they scroll down to the most expensive one and they work their way back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You go to the car.
I have no idea how it is to be a painter in the bike world versus car world, or in even just custom painter. How it's
the car world is in terms worse, right? Like,
Bigger object.
you want to get your C10 painted red. Like, I know people that are going to charge you probably 15 to 20 grand to get it ready to paint.
I know. And mine was a total frame off. And so the guy was like, expecting me to be all happy that, dude, your back firewall in between the bed and is going to be gloss.
What is that technically called? Because he said firewall twice. On the back of the cab?
Yeah.
Because it might be firewall's the front between the motor.
Firewall's the front. We usually called it like on a car, it's like the package tray on there. But
so like he's like, if you're ever at a show, people are gonna notice that it's polished, it's been buffed, it's been painted, which means that the bed's been off.
Yeah.
It's been off. And I'm like, all right, bro, whatever. I don't give a shit. And I've never looked at that. And I don't know that anybody else has, but I am appreciative that he had it. And but I can tell you, since I've had some bikes and stuff painted by you and Jeremy, I can tell a difference with Silverleaf and Pinstripe now. Yeah. I'm learning a little bit. And I see how my first painter, he would tell me, I can tell whose paint job that is by looking at the way they do their Silverleaf and the way they do their edges. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? But now I can see how there's some fingerprints of every painter has its own kind of style.
Yeah, I mean, you do these things long enough, you start to develop your own little niche within it.
I got to walk around Born Free. I learned a lot one year walking around Born Free, California with Jeremy one time.
I think you told me about that, but yeah.
And I was like, wow. I mean, I would never have known this stuff, man. I mean, walking around looking at, pointing stuff out. I would hate to be a judge, man. I don't understand any of that stuff. I do know that. I talked to a guy from Florida. I think he sells the badass saddlebags. DoWorks, I think is or something like that. He makes the ST bags that are level, that look good. And I think we were joking about, I was showing him when I got back to the hotel, my front fairing had all kinds of fingerprints, dude. You could see them in the, everybody wants to touch it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember that first guy, he told me, yeah, people are going to start touching your stuff. And I'm like, really? For what? And now I see it all the time. Some people that start doing it without asking, I'm like, bro, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Well,
I think the first thing people do with paint is like they want to see if they can feel the lines, The thing about paint and clear coat, so clear coat, like I said earlier when we were talking about the leaf, clear coat typically takes about 30 days to fully cure out. So in that time, it's slowly sinking and like shelling up. And so what happens is like sometimes when I buff this bike and it's perfectly glass and then I hand it to you and then, it goes and it gets put on a bike and then a month or two later you've been in the sun, which the sun will shrink it back even faster. Then all of a sudden you can feel a line, right? So what we try to do is we try to overcome that and get it so like almost glass before we do that final clear coat. So that final clear coat, once it sinks back, you're not feeling anything. Each bike is different. You got a bike over in Phoenix sitting out in front of a shop for fucking the whole day, getting just ate up with sun. That sun's going to kill that paint job.
Kill it in a good way or
bad?
Why?
Because the sun kills all paint. Bike, all.
I thought you wanted to bake it in.
Not really. I mean, it's gonna cure normally. So the problem
that's
is
what I was worried about when I picked up mine from Jeremy and there was snow on the ground.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro.
If you ride a bike, if you just use a motorcycle in general, naturally in the sunlight, it's always going to be fine. But the thing is like if you go ride your bike and then you go park it in a parking lot and the sun is like this all day long, every day. The clear coats that we use on these bikes, most of us, are good. You're not going to get that whole thing where it starts to look like it fades to clear off like on a lot of cars, but it is going to just eat it up. It's going to, like some of the candies and stuff, it's going to take some of the pigment out of it so you can pull your dash off and your candy blue is lighter out here and darker under the dash.
Really?
Yeah. So, but that's only like if you're the kind of person that just leaves your bike out in a parking lot all day long. You know what I mean? Look for shade, look for covered parking. Like you don't necessarily want the sun to bake your paint jobs all day long. There's candies from House of Color that say not for outside use. Like the sun will completely take the color out. And we've all seen those old, you're from this world, back in the 20 years ago.
They had a whole neon.
Well, the neon
collection.
sucked, but like remember all the candy cars that used to be red, now they're silver with red spots in the shadows?
Yeah.
That's literally the situation. You use shitty materials on a car, and what's crazy is like these cars would still have glossy clear coat, but the color's gone.
A lot of big name clears have UV inhibitors in it. So like the stuff that we use, it's a better quality, but you could buy a cheaper quality, like you said, be smooth, but it will like
it doesn't have
a
UV
year compared
stuff.
to like 3 years.
So the thing is, like, if I sell a paint job for the money that I'm the super expensive guy.
I always wondered because I follow all these. Before I painted my red truck, it had a maroon paint job and it had a white roof, and I can't stand that look. And I know that's like the nostalgic or the
yeah.
I can't stand the white roof. I wanted a cholo, just the roof, and so I'd followed all these painters that's all they do is just the roof. So it still looks cool on the outside, and everybody used all this paint the huffer and and then there's 3 or 4 others, and I'm like, what's the difference? Is it just like personal preference or?
Well, Paint Huffer's the homie. He's kind of like one of the first dudes in the industry, in the paint industry, that like really like supported guys like myself. And once he kind of exposed the flake world, and a lot of other brands came along, and I'm not talking shit, that's just what happened. The flake world is like,
wasn't it House of Color used to be the market?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
House of Color had a good market share. It was the main one. Then you had Big Daddy Roth had a flake line, and then you had PPG had a couple, and you'd have stuff come and go from like other paint brands. The basic thing is like the paint world, the automotive paint world, every once in a while they get a wild hair up their ass and they want to like make a custom line to like be what House of Color is or was. House of Color is really not what it used to be. And then they invest in it, and then they pull the funding, and they invest and they pull the funding. So for us in the custom world, like, we're like beholden to an industry that is like moving towards water-based and more compliant stuff to like California stuff. And I've been saying this forever. Like, I don't see it happening in my lifetime, but if it does, like, I'm done. Like water-based, that type of shit, like you can't paint it, like do what I do with water-based. And the thing is that like the people that have cracked the code to figure it out, the amount of work involved to try to do what I do with water-based is not worth the money, because the money doesn't grow on this side of it, right? It's not like, hey guys, I got to use water-based. Oh, is that a better product? No, it's better for the penguins or the turtles or some shit.
Yeah, I know all about that. Yeah.
And I'm like, so I have to charge you 2 times the amount because I have to do 2 times the work now.
Right.
And the materials cost more to know. I can't just put water in water-based. I got to buy special water. You know what I mean?
New sprayers that are for
everything.
Yeah.
The booths now have to have fucking fans in them.
And then,
so it's like, it's just a way for the industry of like the custom paint world, or not custom paint, but the automotive paint industry to make more money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
It ain't like that fridge, that 1952 fridge down there that they made one time and it's still running on the same thing. They need, all right, we've already got everybody with urethane, normal paint. Well, what if we find a new system where everybody has to buy new paint booths, new guns, new shit, everything?
That's what our buddies Harley's doing. I mean, it used to be the cell phones first started where it was like, dude, somebody with 3 versions ago iPhone, you're like, bro, you got to get the new one.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a 2006 Tahoe and somebody has a new one. You're like, you ever been in a car? Well, yeah, you have. That your phone doesn't sync up. You're like, bro, you need to get one where your phone syncs up. It's a game changer. But so yeah, everybody's just constantly trying to sell you something, the next best thing,
Well, all this stuff does is like it chokeholds an industry that's really struggling to survive. You know? Like that the practice of custom paint is like a very rewarding endeavor. So that's why like a lot of people want to learn the thing. And if you have a decent job and you have a good sized garage and you can kind of do this shit on the side, it's not a bad side hustle. If you do some good work and you play your cards right.
Yeah, but my mom, my folks have had a pest control business all of our life, right? In El Paso, that's what I got out of the family business, but they kill cockroaches. And for years it used to be pretty bad. I mean, the pesticides. Now she's like, when they're like, is this gonna hurt my goldfish or my dog? She's like, sweetie, you're lucky if it kills a roach. It just might make him a little crazy. It ain't killing them anymore. It's times have changed because
it's making them uncomfortable, so they'll leave.
Yeah, now they just have anxiety. They ain't dying. That's all it is, bro. It's crazy. She's like, your goldfish is fine. Like, they're more worried about the goldfish than the
getting rid of the shit.
Getting rid of the. So I totally get that, and which just means they have to either put more chemical down, right?
Yeah.
Which, how does that make it better to kill the same amount of? Now it's illegal to kill bees, dude. I used to get paid lots of money to go kill bees. If you killed bees on the side of your house, dude, I don't know what happened, but I think they'll find you.
Bees versus wasps are two different things, though. So wasps don't do shit but kill bees. Bees spread pollen and all that type of shit.
So therefore, you can't do it. So you didn't hear from me, but I think you can go to Dollar General and get wasp spray and kill bees with it. But you don't want to do that because you can get fined.
I don't feel like I've ever had a bee problem. I have yellow jacket and wasp problems in the summertime. We get them around our house, and I got to fucking once a week walk around and give them a little
did it. I told you that's what I did in high school. And when they said that we're going to pay you $100 to go kill these bees, I was like, freaking sign me up, bro.
Having a wasp in your garage or your shop or house is like the amount of matrix moves you use, like trying to dodge it, but also swat at it and squirt it and shit. It's a workout, dude.
Yeah, and if you ever see a bee, what do they call them? A bee expert. You know, they come. Some of them will come in a suit. Some of them will just come like
biologist.
Yeah, dude, they're like the Matrix, like, right? Or they have this like aura about them. They'll go straight in there. They get the queen and walk out, and and it's like weird, dude. I
watched some YouTube videos.
Have you?
Yeah.
Well, I had that guy come take that bee's nest out of my attic last summer.
Was it a bee or wasp?
It was a bee.
Bees?
Yeah, he let me keep a lot of the honey comb.
Sick.
So I made some honey with that and some.
Good thing you didn't try to kill it yourself.
Yeah.
You could have.
Yeah, it was one of those like. It was too much for me because like I tried to get rid of them.
It's scary,
but
bro.
The nest was like too deep into my attic.
It's it ain't no joke, man. I've seen some crazy wild stuff, man, doing that. My family. That's what my other family does here in Dallas. Is he has there's Devin.
Devin was asking if we were going to the pre-party. Are we doing that
tonight?
Yeah.
Where?
At my favorite spot, Old Monk.
I don't know. Maybe I haven't even.
When we get done with this, where are we at right now?
It's 150.
We'll go down. You want to go down there? We'll get you set up. I got you set up at the house. Wife already like changed the sheets. We haven't had the cats in the room for like a day now. It's been 24 hours.
You know, I was thinking I'm already gonna be freezing my ass. I don't know if I need allergies and frozen. I don't know. We'll see.
My cats aren't the kind that want to love on you.
I tend to, when I go to somebody's house with cats, I sit on the couch, and it's always when I'm wearing black, and they're like, "Oh, that's where the cat sits." I'm like, "Fuck."
Yeah, our cats don't sit on the couch.
They don't?
No. We have
you got trained cats or what?
No, we have like our cats don't really like the leather of our couch, so they don't sit on it. But they have perches that they'll have in the house. And the only thing that they do, like in the room that you would be in, is like, so if there's any other outside cats, they run to the windows and they just like fucking stare at each other and meow weird.
It's the same reason why, like in my last house, I had fake grass because I'll get like hay fever and it'd be like my eyes will swell up and like it looks like I've been crying and be like, "What the fuck did Jason touch you?" It's like, no, dude, it was his cats, man.
Nah, it's all good.
Plus, I got $70.
You got $70.
I'm not a chopper guy yet. FXR guy.
Well, I've always said that. I always tell people like when you're traveling, like it is comfortable to just get a hotel room and whatnot, but like you miss out on a lot of shit.
No, I know.
Like me when I stayed at your house last year. Like, bro,
that was fun, but I think that's you. You'll probably have fun everywhere. When I'm not, it ain't like that for me. Everywhere I go is a freaking party. That's you, bro.
That's me? You think I'm a party?
Well, I'm not.
Dude, I went to your house and like your wife met us with like some of the best.
Yeah, that was me. I was drunk and I was like texting her on the road. Look, I don't know how it came out. It never works when I try to text while I'm riding.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Babe, can you make us some what are they called?"
If we go to the Old Monk, it's literally you came for my birthday. That's like my favorite bar. Some of the best in Dallas, 100%.
I'm texting her like, "Can you have some ready for us when we get there?" And she's not the kind that it's like, that's just not my wife. And she did. I don't know what the heck.
Must be
when I said I'm going to meet with Jay, she's like,
energy.
is he the martini guy? I'm like, yes, the gay guy. That was the one.
Hey, I heard you got some good espresso.
Yeah. You know who gave us that recipe?
Your daughter.
It's my freaking 20-year-old daughter, dude. My daughter in London is like, she works at a pub like 2 days a week, and she's like a fucking alcohol expert.
Could you imagine? I mean, when you told me that your daughter was there, college, but doing like working at a pub, to work at a pub in London, that would be the coolest fucking thing in the world.
No, she works at the coolest pub in London. It's the, what's his name? Churchill.
Winston.
It's the only one that has flowers all over the outside. So yeah, if anybody's listening, she's going to graduate school to become a music manager. So any bands that need a manager, that's what her master's degree is in. I don't know anything about it, bro. When she told me 6 years ago, she said, Dad, I'm going to work for an influencer. I was like, what is that? I mean, I never even heard
an
of it.
influencer.
No, I was like, and then I'm like, fuck, you going to work for Taylor? Shifter? Fuck
yeah.
that.
Taylor Shifter Crew, man. Let's go. You've opened up the pathways to El Paso for me. Like I've literally driven and ridden through that city so many times, but now it's like I have a reason, not a reason to stop, but I have an access point to stop. There's like stopping in El Paso now. Like I'm not like, okay, well, there's a Ojos Locos or some kind of like spot. Yeah. I want to go there, in like when you and Rio Grande Shovelheads took us to the
taco place. Yeah.
What was that spot called? It's like the oldest
bar. It's Rosa's Cantina.
Yeah, that place was fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, there's a lot of good spots there, but
see Mexico across the street.
Yeah, dude, it's normal. I'm when Steve came, shit, he won a couple $100 at the casino right across the spot.
That's how he rolls.
He does, and I was actually really tired, and I was glad that he was like, "Let's fucking go, take my winnings and go." I was like, "Right on, dude." No, I've had a good time. I mean, I actually, until you guys came through, I've told I can't tell how many people, and nobody ever takes me up on it, and so, and then during that time. Who was it? I think the Lindo guys were headed to Born Free, and we had a bunch of people staying. My wife was kind of freaking out, like, who the fuck are all these people?
Yeah.
But it was cool. And I appreciate it, too. A lot of guys tell me, yeah, man, you can crash here.
It feels good to be able to be a hub for that. And you know what I mean? Like,
it's a good halfway point, right?
It is, yeah.
To Texas, to California, especially, or even Arizona.
Yeah, you're 600 miles from me, and then it's like 1,300 miles to LA. So
that's a long way.
Yeah. Well, on this Shovelhead, I'm definitely going to be utilizing our friendship, leveraging it on some.
With a trailer and everything.
No, I'm not. I'm just like, hey, man, it's day one. I'm going to stop in Odessa. Day two, I'm going to stop in El Paso. No, it'll be all right.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This year, I'm hoping this year, if not in the next couple of years, I'm hoping to put lots of miles. And I would like to do some this year, last year,
after Sturgis, you're going to ride the blue one to Sturgis?
Yeah.
Because I think after Sturgis this year, if a lot of things line, I'm going to do a bigger loop northwest home.
Oh, dude, if you saw my list,
dude, you should come with me on this trip if we do that.
I would like to, but, I actually had a lot of fun on FXR tour, the hot bike tour, which I don't know if they're doing the hot bike. Dude, I met some cool ass people on the hot bike tour and some cool ass people on the FXR tour. Totally different.
Yeah.
I never thought to this day that I talk with these guys in the chopper scene, the Magic Mike and fucking Sosa and all those guys.
Yeah.
So fucking cool. I mean, the coolest guys that I probably never would have met or talked to, and they're so cool. I love those guys. And, of course, Scrap, man, he's my absolute ultimate favorite. You met that guy?
Mm-mm.
Oh, my God, dude. If you had that guy on a podcast, he's the fucking man, bro. He got He's the best.
Magic Mike was on the podcast once.
Magic Mike has the coolest shop I've ever seen in my
He
life.
is. He's got Vegas dialed in out there.
Bro. But his buddy, Scrap, he's the guy with the Sugar Bear front end. Mm-hmm. Bro, that guy, you just need to have a camera guy following him the whole time. Dude, everything he says is like clips.
It's like watching Cops in the 90s.
Bro, he's the best, bro. He's like this funny, sincere, like you don't know if he's talking shit or if he's serious. Yeah, he's the best, man. I mean, and I took some video, I'll never forget, of him doing 100 miles an hour on a 30-inch Sugar Bear front end. And if I didn't see it in my life, and for myself, I would have said, "You're full of shit, bro."
Yeah.
So he's just so fun and cool. And those guys I never would have really met or talked to because he's a chopper guy. And, you know, talking with him, riding all the way from Utah to Vegas with a fucking toothpick in his mouth, fucking yanking it on that chopper.
None of that, like, you don't see guys like that doing hard shit. And you're like, I want to do hard shit too.
Dude, he's the funnest guy. He's one of these, you know, building his own shit out of you know, big into. He's like, "You never been to Mama Tried?" I'm like, "No, I haven't. Now I want to go because of him."
Taylor's got a house.
And that's where it's at. And
Mama Tried. Well, we were going to go this year, but I had some other obligations. But like, Mama Tried's a good time, dude. And Taylor's got it set up. He came last year and hung out with me and Scott. So,
bro, this guy is. So his name is Your Scrap is My Crap is Your Scrap, or Your Crap is My Scrap, something like that. And he says he's telling us these stories about when he's at his best friend's shop, and they tell him, "Hey, buddy, while you're at my shop, you need to, you know, imagine if I was downstairs and they're like, hey, man, Dwayne, when you're downstairs, I need you to clap the whole time you're here."
are you serious?
And he's telling you these things, but like with a straight face, and you're like, bro, I'll never forget that in my life. Mm-hmm. He, you know, and that you don't. He's a fucking riot. He's the best. And Magic Mike is cool, and Sosa is cool as shit too. He's from Juarez.
Sosa does like a really badass show for SEMA every year. We went a couple years ago.
So it was really cool when I got to go to Sosa's, and I got to see him having Krauss. What's his name? Satcha Krauss. Him teaching Satcha Krauss how to shape metal.
Yeah.
To like seeing the analog and the digital together. It was crazy how they both respected each other. It was cool.
Yeah, 100%. All right, Dwayne, we got to get ready for some Polaroid activities.
Yeah, man.
Is your liver ready for this shit?
Liver, man. I hope my bones, man. I got old bones.
Dude, it's a real Polaroid this year. A real one.
No, when I rode 2 years ago, 2023 or whatever it was, dude, it was 20 degrees.
It was? Okay.
And that was cold.
So this is the first time I've dealt with Polaroid. We've had 30 degrees and rain.
Hey, so I got a gift. I don't know who's going to be the farthest ride. I got a custom blanket I'm going to give to somebody.
Hell yeah. All right. Dwayne, El Paso's finest, Turbo Dwayne. Put a little turbo juice, a little turbo dust, as you said on this podcast. I like that one too. I'm about to use that now. Dude, I've wanted to do this. You were on the podcast a while back. We did a recap in the hotel for when we rode to California a couple years ago. But this is the first time we've done one like this. So appreciate it, bud.
I appreciate you, man. I'm excited. We'll see who shows up.
We got to get you checked in a hotel, and then we got to go to Dallas and go party.
Is that what it is?
That's what we're doing. All right, let's go.